Hi guys, welcome to Confetti Girls. So this has been a very highly requested video. Thought I'd sit down today in my garden and talk to you about how I got started in the wedding industry and give you some tips in case you want to do the same. I'll just start with a really quick background of how I got started. I got engaged 2007, tried to find cool wedding stuff, couldn't find it anywhere. Started a blog just to document my wedding planning story, and then once we got married I was like, oh, blogging's really cool, I'm going to carry it on, and it kind of naturally progressed into sharing other people's weddings that I found online that had a more alternative spin, because that was kind of what I was interested in when I was planning my wedding. And then it took a long time because I didn't really start it as a business, but then it really naturally progressed into people coming to me and saying, hey, do you do advertising? And then I was able to quit my job and do it full time. So that's kind of basically how I got into it. The magazine came about because we were doing a wedding fair and we wanted a way to show people what the blog was without kind of just having to show it to them on a screen. So we came up with the idea of doing a free magazine to hand out to people. People loved the fact that we were doing a magazine even though we were just printing it at home and handing them out for free. So we decided to do it again. So we did one a year for a couple of years, and then we were approached by a publishing company who helped us get it into the shops, which was really super cool. After doing 3 issues with them, we decided that we would stop working with them and do it ourselves because we didn't really feel like they were a good fit for us. Like, their goals were not our goals. I've always run my business myself, so it was a bit funny and weird like relying on somebody else. So we decided to cut ties with them and do it ourselves. So now it's basically me, my husband Gareth. I have a design team who are actually based in the States, but she's one of my best friends, the head designer. She just happens to live in Portland. And I have a bunch of contributors that work kind of freelance for me and do articles and photo shoots and stuff. So that's what I do with Rock and Roll Bride. So now I'm going to give you 10 tips if you want to start your own wedding business, or indeed any business from your bedroom, which is what I did. And actually I still work in a spare bedroom, so living a dream. Okay, tip number 1 would be to have a unique idea, which sounds kind of obvious, but if you're going to just do something that everybody else is doing, then really why is anybody going to buy from you? So it doesn't have to be like something completely brand new, but maybe just like a twist on it. So let's say, for example, you really want to make wedding dresses. Maybe you want your wedding dresses to be ethically sourced, or the materials to be recycled, or for them to be black dresses or coloured dresses. Something that makes them different to all the other wedding dresses out there on the market, I think, is very important. Tip number 2 would be to just start. I always say that perfectionism is a form of procrastination, because if you're going to wait for everything to be perfect before you start, you are going to be waiting forever. Nothing is ever perfect. Like, some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes at Rock and Roll Bride, you would not believe how like hokily put together it is, and then somehow we just make it work. Like, nothing is ever perfect. Anyone that says their business is perfect is a fucking liar. So just start. Like, when I started my blog, I used a free blogspot.co.uk blog. I designed my logo myself. It was utterly appalling and so embarrassing, but I just really wanted to start writing about my wedding, so I just put up whatever I could and just started. If I'd waited to try and get the design perfect, or to like figure out how to be a blogger properly, I probably would have waited another few years, and then by that point I would have missed the boat. So just start. I'm actually going to start a new blog soon, bit of an exclusive, for my house renovations, and literally I'm just going to get Gareth to do me a really basic blog. I'm going to design myself a really shitty logo and just start writing content, because that's the most important thing. So just start. My 3rd tip would be, when you do want to invest a little bit more in your business, the thing you should invest in first, I think, is a logo or branding. Just giving you that kind of personal, professional looking mark that you can use. When I first started getting branding, I literally just had a logo because that's all I could afford, and then over time I then got a full branding suite where we had fonts and colours and all that shit. Just start with a logo and then go from there. You can grow, you can add more when you grow and when you start making money. My 4th tip for someone that wants to start in the wedding industry would be to just get out there. So email people and offer to assist them for free, do competitions to give away your product. Just get your stuff out there. Don't worry about trying to make money right away. Just get your shit out there so people will know about you. Email bloggers and wedding magazines to get featured. Super helpful for people. So I have people all the time emailing me asking for work experience, And then sometimes when I've got some work experience, I'll go back to them and be like, hey, we're doing a shoot, do you want to come along and assist us? It's not going to be glamorous, but you know, if we've got time, I'll sit down and talk to you about your business, whatever you want. And I've had a few people come back to me and go, well, I really want to do design, so if you could got some design work for me, that would be great. And it's like, okay, do you want work experience or not? Like, come and help me on a shoot, and then maybe it will lead on to something else. Like, I've got one girl that has helped me on a bunch of shoots, and she wants to be a makeup artist, so you know, carting dresses around is not her idea of fun time. Getting our lunch is not really what she wants to do. But whenever we have time on the shoots, I try and sit down with her and talk to her about what she wants to do. And I'm hoping that in the next few shoots we might have some makeup work from her that she can do, because that's what she really wants to do. And the reason I am happy to do that for her is because she's been super helpful. She hasn't been like, oh, I really want this is my business and I really want you to hit me. Like, she's just been really cool and really helpful, basically. So I want to help her back. So offer to help, don't be a dick. The end. My fifth tip would be give it time. Nothing happens overnight. So I started rockandrollbride.com in 2007 and I quit my job in the beginning of 2011. So that is a long time of working full-time in my other job and then part-time in my other job, building it up before I started making enough money to go full-time. Everything takes time. Like, there is no such thing as an overnight success, and I think even those people you look at and think have had an overnight success have probably been like slogging their guts out for a long time and you just haven't seen it. So don't look at other people and think, oh, their business is really taking off and I'm just sat here and no one cares. Like, they've probably been doing a lot of groundwork that you haven't seen. So give things time. It's very important. Nothing just happens like that. I can't remember what tip we're on now. I think we're on tip number 6. Tip number 6 would be tip number 6, I've lost my place, would be combine forces with other people. So if you have friends that are also starting a business, or you have friends that maybe have a more established business, see if you can partner up with them and do something cool together. So for example, me and Helen came together to do Confetti Girls. Now, I couldn't do that. I've wanted to do a YouTube channel for forever, but I am, number one, really busy. Number two, I don't feel like I'm a natural camera person. I'm much more comfortable writing. I don't feel I'm very good at editing particularly, so I needed kind of Helen to encourage me and be like, no, we can do it together, and she could do the bits that I don't feel I was very good at. Partnering up is good, I think. You can't do everything by yourself. Tip number 7 would be, where are we at? Have a marketing plan. So there is no point having this amazing business and being like, oh, I can make these most amazing dresses or whatever it is you're going to do, and then nobody knows about it. Like, having a website and social media is one thing, but people aren't just going to magically stumble across you. Like, yes, some people's businesses just explode on Instagram, but that is definitely the exception and not the rule. So I think it's important to have some kind of marketing plan, whether that's doing Facebook ads or advertising in a wedding magazine, advertising with a blog, you know, partnering up with other people and doing competitions. Think of ways you can get your business out there rather than just focusing on making whatever you make and then expecting people will just find you. My next tip, I can't remember what number I'm at, but whatever the next one is to have processes in place early. So by that I mean, especially with things like paperwork, have a system before you begin, so that when you come to do your accounting in a year's time, you don't hate your life trying to figure out who invoiced for what and what it was for and what you paid for, and oh my god, it's so hateful. So get a spreadsheet. Every time you buy something, note it down. Every time you paid something, note it down. And then once you come to do your account, it's gonna be a doddle. I promise. It's boring, and when you're first starting, all you want to do is make pretty things and have fun on Instagram, but it will be so much less hateful if you have a process in place for your invoices and your accounts. Believe me, I speak from experience. Tip number 9 would be, once you have your business name, register everything. So by that I mean, get the .com or the .co.uk. Ideally you want the .com, and if you can't get the .com, .co.uk, I don't think, if they're both taken, I wouldn't say get the .net or the .london or the .blog or whatever it is. You really want a .com because it's just the best one. So if you can't get the .com, try and think of a different name, I would say. Also, you want to get your name across your social media platforms, so Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube if you're going to do it, whatever it is. Try and get the same name across all the platforms, so that if someone follows you on Twitter and then they put that exact same name into Instagram, they can find you. If you have to have one with an underscore or one with a slightly different name, it's going to be confusing for people. You also want to use the same profile picture across the board so people can recognize you across all the different platforms. There's a great website called Namecheck, but on that website you can go in and put your name, whatever you want it to be, and it will search across all the social media platforms to see if it's available. So that will save you a lot of time having to then you won't have to go to every single platform to figure out if it's available. So register everything, have the same name across the board. And my final tip, if you want to start your own business in the wedding industry, is don't quit your day job. Because, oh my god, there is nothing worse than trying to be creative when you're hungry and broke. I was doing Rock and Roll Bride for like, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 years before I went full time. Because I had to eat, basically. I had a mortgage to pay. So, oh, my camera just moved. So yeah, I was doing it for 5 years before I quit my day job. And although during that 5 years it was really hard, like I was working full time and then working in the evening on Rock and Roll Bride, it was so worth it because I then, you know, could pay my bills and I wasn't worrying day to day about how I was gonna, the wind is blowing and it's making the camera go. I wasn't worrying day to day about how I was gonna feed people. So, or feed myself, should I say, and my cats. So yeah, don't quit your day job if at all possible. I think that is a bad idea, basically. So yes, this video has been a little bit rough and ready. The plane's going on overhead. I don't own a microphone, so I hope you can hear me okay. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this and it's been inspiring and helpful for some of you that want to start your own business, whether it's in the wedding industry or not. If you have any more questions or comments about said topic, pop them in the comments below and I will try my bestest to reply to as many as I can. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm now going to go and strip some wallpaper in my new house, the glamour of it all. Thank you for watching. I love you very, very much and I will see you in the next video. Bye!